This is our video where we get to closing a party. So we did a video earlier on opening a party and why parties are so beneficial. Even if you aren't going to do parties, you still want sort of a bucket to place orders into to take advantage of host rewards. So today we're going to go over during this video, we're going to go over the intricacies of closing a party. Now, you never close a party until you are ready to redeem the host rewards. So if you want to keep building towards higher host rewards, you need to keep that party open. You're not going to touch the host rewards until you are ready to close the party and ship all the orders. So I'm going to take you through that process, but just know this is the last step in the party where your host is going to get the host rewards. Now, a couple of things on host rewards that I want to make clear. When someone is paying full price for a product, that product goes into your volume. Host rewards do not count towards your volume, towards your sales goals. So if you are working on getting to a level in the compensation plan where you need a certain amount in sales and you're thinking, oh my gosh, this host is going to close her party and she has like $1,000 order in 50% off. I'm golden. I'm going to get to $1,000 in sales. No, if they are free or discounted through the host program, they do not count towards your volume. So just be really cognizant of that. Be aware of it. Also know that we talked about how I gave the example of somebody booking a party in February, the party taking place in May. You put the order in February. Those sales count towards February. They do not count towards May, even though the party is not until May. The order counts when the payment goes in. So if you're looking at the compensation plan and you're looking at a party in May and you're saying, but wait, there's this order in here that this woman placed in February, how come that's not counting towards my May sales? It's because you already had that commission paid back in February. So whenever the order goes in and the payment is processed, that is when that sale hits your back office. All right. So now let's go ahead and take a look. I have this dummy party set up that we used in our last thing. I'm going to go ahead to back office. There we go. Sorry, something popped up from a previous recording and I was just a little like, how do I get to this? So here is our dummy party, right? We have test. That's our dummy party. I had entered this order for $449. You guys saw me do that. I never processed the payment. But you saw me go through sort of what that all looked like on the back end with screenshots. And now we're going to use actual real time from my back office. Now I'm going to mention that this didn't get paid for yet, right? So it says entered over here as the status, not posted or shipped, just entered. So just be aware that has not been paid for. So when it says entered, it's not paid for. When it says posted, it means that the payment has gone through, but it has not shipped yet. So that's the different statuses that can be there. Now, I entered this order. It belongs to our host test, right? So we have, we created the order already. I could create another one, but I just want to show you. This can actually be, because it is the host, it can actually be, so we have test as the host. This is test, same guest number. And so we can actually click right into this order here. Now I've put in a fake $450 worth of product. And so we're going to play with this a little bit. So actually, when we go, let me go back to, so if we click on home, that brings us back into that party. It says we have $449 in sales towards the reward. Now that hasn't been paid for again yet, but If it were a bunch of orders going in, you would pay for those separately. This has not been paid for because it's fake. It's pretend, it's not real. So I'm not putting it through to ship to test in the middle of nowhere. And so that hasn't gone through. But in actuality, you would have paid for that, right? So, or somebody would have paid for that, not necessarily you, but the customer would have paid for that. Yeah. But you go over here into entered, right? We have a couple of options here. We can click here to add product from list, or we can click here to add and edit host rewards. I'm going to start by clicking here to add and edit host rewards. And it's telling us, okay, you're between $400 and $500 in sales. We can go ahead and select the rewards. We get $60 free. And a 40% discount. Now, let's say we were at 400. Let's go back. We're at 449 right now. Let's say we were at $490 in sales right here. Now, you would obviously want to help that host get up to the next level with that, but you don't want to enter two different orders. So I'm going to show you a little trick. We're going to do it this way, and this will count. What I would say to the host in that time in that situation is, let's put something in your cart at full price that will get you, you're $10 away from the next level, that will get you, $20 more free. So let's play with it a little bit in this case to show you what I'm talking about. We're going to throw $50 worth of product in there at retail to get this host up to the, let's see if that did it, up to the free product, right? So nope, they're still at $498. So in that case, I would want to go back into that order. So we're on the $50 order here. And let's say we're going to go ahead and put, click here to add product from list. We're going to add something small. Now, if you're just $1 away, by the way, if you, I'm going to control F, I'm going to control F pump on that. And we can add a pump for $1 to get them up to the right level. But let's say they're still a few dollars away. So maybe we just, let's see what else we can throw on there that's not very expensive that they may want. They might want the lip balm with SPF. So we'll put a lip balm with SPF on there. We talk to the host, we talk it through with them. All right, so now we are up to, if we go back to home now, we're up to that $500 in volume towards the party. Now I'm going to go right back into that host order. We're going to pretend that this $449 order has already shipped and that that's off the table. And I want to show you something here. It's really important. Okay, so at this point, we have this $60 in sales. We may finagle that and get it, like I said, you wouldn't do this all the time, but just know that you can add in retail to get them up to the next level first. Now we're going to go ahead and click on that. Click here to add and edit host rewards. Now, once you add and edit the host rewards, you can't go back in and add the retail. You really want to add the retail first to get them up to that total, if that's what you're doing. But once you start playing with the click here to add and edit host rewards, you can't really change anything. So you want to wait until you have it at that level. So see, we get now $80 in free product and a 40% discount. So we're going to go ahead in here, and you sort of figure out what they want ahead of time. Get to just over $80. You don't want to get to like $500 in free, because this is one bucket, and then we have our bucket of discount. So you're going to go in and like figure out, all right, what am I getting them for their free? Because any you go over is actually going to go into retail. sale price, it's not going to stay at their uh their free product sale price. So anything over you want to actually put into that discount bucket, not into their free bucket. So right now we're going to go ahead and put one of these. Let's see where we're at. So we're going to save changes and it's going to tell us exactly where we're at. So now you can see that everything that I just put in for free is in gray, and it also tells me what it came up to. So it came up to just about 60. So I'm going to want to keep going with that. So I'm going to go back in, say, you know what? I have $20 more to spend in free. What else do I want? So we're going to go ahead and add this on and save the changes again. And that's going to tell us what we're at now. Okay, so we went over a little bit. We can keep finagling that. We ended up paying $9.85. Again, we don't want to go over too much. $9.85, not really that big a deal, but we want to see sort of play with the numbers and find what comes closest for our host. Now, at that point, you're going to want to go ahead and then you can click around and play with the discounted display full, and it's going to give you the discounted price. Again, these do not count as volume for you. So if you are a consultant and you're like, oh, I'm going to take advantage of the 30% off, but I'm trying to get to my $1,000 to get paid 30% of my month. Well, it makes more sense to pay full price for it, get paid on it, and have it boost up your sales for the month and get to that power bonus. So just think about it before you do it. Don't just automatically throw $1,000 worth of product into here because you're actually getting paid. It might be worth it to put that in at retail and get paid on it instead of, doing it on the back end. Okay, so now I'm going to go to home. And if you have any questions about that, please ask. We can look at it and figure out what makes the most sense for you. So when I go to home, I want to show you something really important. So this is now in gray, and that means that's the host order, and that's the last order you can put in. And what I've seen consultants do sometimes is they'll put in that order and go, I screwed that up. And they'll go to view guests, or maybe they'll do new host order, and they don't realize that is the host order, and they'll go, okay, I'm gonna try to do it again. Oh my gosh, how come I can't get to my host rewards? Well, because you already entered the host order. So if it's in gray, that's the host order. That's it. That's your host order. That's what you got. Once you do the host order, you kind of can't go back. So if that happens to you, don't panic. If that happens, you're just going to go in and add an edit host rewards, select rewards, and then you can just go in here and get rid of those. And then once you get rid of those, that order is no longer grayed out. That's no longer officially the host order. See, so that's just a regular order now. So that is how you do that. Now, if I were to, now when I finish this all and I've made all the payments, I'm going to go up here and click on close party. I don't close the party until I'm done redeeming all the rewards and have done everything in that party I want to. And again, if you're not ready to close the party and it is getting towards the 5th of the following month in which it's dated, so this party is dated for 1/15/2023. Let's say it's the 5th of February and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I only have 508 in this, but I really want to get to 600. That's okay. Just go ahead and edit and change the date. Not a big deal. Change it to February. Keep working on getting the host rewards up higher. It's totally okay. Just know that the system cleans those out and you don't want to be stuck losing your host rewards if you don't have to. So now I'm going to click on close party. Let's pretend that everything's entered. That is what we would do at this point. We would click close party, and then it would just go into the close section. Now it's telling me, okay, you have to validate the rewards. All right. And now it's going to tell me, hey, you didn't pay for this stuff. So if you do get to the point where you're going through and you miss an order payment, it's going to tell you at the end. It's not going to let you actually redeem the host rewards until you paid for everything in that order party. Now, if we go back to that party and we look at the statuses, again, we want to make sure everything says posted, shipped, or void. So let's say I was like, oh, you know what? I really screwed up this order. That's not what I want at all. You can literally just void out the order. You just click void, right? And then we can start over. So now it's showing up as void. Not a big deal. If we did that by accident, we really did want that order, we can unvoid the order. There's very little you can do to actually screw this process up. Like I've had consultants call me who are all freaked out, something went wrong. Usually I can look in their back office and figure out pretty quickly what went wrong. But just know you can't close a party when there's and redeem the host rewards when there's open orders in there. They have to all be paid for. So that's pretty much it on closing parties. It's not too difficult. If you have any questions, reach out to your upline. They can walk you through it, but I think this tutorial probably did a pretty good job and you should be all set. There is no assignment for this one because you don't want to close your party until you're ready to close your party. So keep your party open until you're ready to redeem those host rewards. And when you are, you can always come back to this video and watch it again.